In this video, we overview the features of Headwind MDM, the open-source software for the mobile device management. The Start page displays the list of managed devices. The list can be filtered. For example, you can choose a single configuration, or a single group of devices, or search device by its name, or device number. Open the Advanced Filtering section to display more filters. Here you can filter devices, for example, by the installation mode. You can select only devices where MDM mode is available. In the device list, you can see how recently a device communicated with the backend, or which files or applications are missing on a device. Group actions are available. Select multiple devices and change their configuration or remove them. To manage a device, Headwind MDM mobile application must have elevated permissions, so-called device owner permissions, so it should be installed on an empty device in a special way, through a QR code. This QR code contains information about the mobile agent URL, installation options, and Wi-Fi settings. You can also select groups to which a new managed device will be added. There's an option to add a new managed device manually. You can assign an identifier, a configuration, or add the device to one or more groups. Unused devices can be removed from the list. For each device, there's a pop-up menu displaying the list of available actions. Select detailed information to view all device attributes available to Headwind MDM, including the list of installed applications. Headwind MDM saves the history of these parameters. Select dynamic data to get the historical change. The records are saved each 15 minutes. Headwind MDM includes the remote logging interface. Any app can use the Headwind MDM library and send logs to the web console. Managed devices can be remotely rebooted, locked, or completely cleared and reset to factory defaults. The MDM agent can also remotely reset the device password. The device confirms the operation, and the operation time is displayed in the web console. Headwind MDM includes the push messaging engine, which doesn't depend on Firebase or any other cloud services. By using the messaging plugin, the admin can send text messages to one or more devices, and they are delivered within a few seconds. A very useful feature is the collection of images captured by devices, labeling them with the location and address, and displaying them in the web console. The collection of images can be filtered by date or by address, and the location can be displayed on Google Maps. Besides the text messaging, the push engine of Headwind MDM allows the admin to send special management messages. For example, to run an application, remove a file or clear a whole directory. Custom push messages can be used by third-party applications integrated with Headwind MDM. Managed devices can be remotely controlled. Remote control is a component of Headwind MDM Enterprise installed on a separate server. The device screen is displayed in the web console, and the admin can remotely perform tap or swipe gestures. Remote control in Headwind MDM is unattended and doesn't require any confirmations from the device's side. Therefore, it could be used on standalone kiosks or any other unattended Android systems. After reviewing the list of devices, let's proceed to the application management. In Headwind MDM, all applications should be whitelisted. So there are pre-installed system packages and applications installed by Headwind MDM. To add a new application, upload its APK file to the web console, and specify the application name. After selecting the configurations where this app should present, it will automatically be downloaded and installed by the Headwind MDM mobile agent. The admin can select either individual configurations or make a group action. Besides native Android applications, links to web pages can be displayed on the mobile device desktop. A web page could be opened either in a standard web browser like Chrome, or in a special web browser, a kiosk browser. The kiosk browser doesn't have the address bar, so a user can't open any other web page. To find an app, type its name or package ID in the search bar. You can change the configurations where the app must be installed at any time. A native application may have multiple versions. Versions are managed in the same way as applications. Some applications include CPU-specific native code. Such applications require two different APKs. Mobile devices are remotely set up through configurations. Each configuration may be applied to many mobile devices which get the same settings, application sets, and desktop views. To organize groups of different devices, the admin can clone configurations. For example, these may be devices for different professions, or configurations for different device models. The configuration is split into several sections. The section of common settings is responsible for the general device configuration like location tracking options, brightness, screen timeout, and similar settings. In the Design Settings tab, the admin can set up the desktop colors, and background image, and some more design adjustments. The Applications tab defines the set of applications installed on a mobile device, enabled system applications, the order and position of shortcuts. For example, if the admin wants to add a specific application to this configuration, he's doing it through the Add button. Settings specific for managed devices like kiosk mode settings and initial Wi-Fi settings are adjusted in the MDM Settings tab. Application settings are used by third-party apps integrated with Headwind MDM, for example, by mobile agents of Headwind MDM plugins. Uploading files to mobile devices can be used to deliver the media content or pre-configure the mobile applications. Files are written to the internal storage of a mobile device. Headwind MDM can even write files of variable content, which is mostly used by config files. The file storage is accessible from the main menu of the Headwind MDM Web Console. The admin can check if the file is related to any application, search files, add and delete them. The Settings tab contains general settings of Headwind MDM as well as plugin-related settings. Default Design defines the design settings for all configurations. Here you can choose which columns are visible in the device list. Headwind MDM is a multi-user web console. The admin can manage users, add new users with different roles, and define which groups of devices and configurations are visible to a user. If a user's password is lost, it can be restored by the admin. Groups are used to categorize devices. One device may belong to one or more groups, which are managed here. Headwind MDM Web Console is available in different languages. By default, the language is defined by the browser language. However, the admin can change it to another language. This settings sheet contains also some general settings. In this settings sheet, the admin can define which plugins are visible in the menu. This is the settings of the Detailed Information plugin. Here you can set up the frequency of location updates to track the devices on the map. Logging can be finely tuned. The admin can select which application, which group or configuration sends logs to the web console. For example, he can only enable detailed logging for fault devices or configurations. Proper logging setup is important to save resources when you manage thousands of devices. Messaging plugin settings are very simple. For the photo collection plugin, you can adjust the image labeling, specify the scan directories, or even set up the collection of non-image files, for example logs. Push messaging plugin settings are also simple. Remote control settings contain the address and secret code of the remote control server. These parameters could be overridden in the configurations. URL filtering is based on the domain whitelists and blacklists. To enable only several web resources, The blacklist should block all traffic, and the whitelist should specify allowed domains. Let's now overview some more functions of Headwind MDM. The Contacts plugin uploads a virtual card, VCF, file to devices. The Export plugin generates an Excel or comma-separated text file containing the list of devices and their attributes. The admin can include one or more configurations and groups in the resulting list. The Import plugin allows the admin to register multiple devices at once, initialize their attributes, add these devices to a group and assign the configuration to them. The devices could be imported from an Excel file, text file, or by entering values in a text field. After the successful import, let's check the device list, and you can see new devices. Headwind MDM tracks the location of all managed devices and displays their locations on a map. The map can display either the latest positions of selected devices, or a history of device locations. A device path can be displayed as well. Console users may perform potentially dangerous actions. The history of all actions is collected and can be reviewed by the admin in the audit section. The last plugin is the URL filtering plugin. Here the admin configures blacklists and whitelists for each configuration. The rules can be copied from one configuration to another. A useful feature of this plugin is the ad blocking. It works even if the lists are not set up. The software version is displayed in the About section. Here the user can update his profile and change the password. Thank you for using Headwind MDM in your business.